Meathead just proved how clueless he is with this statement about media loving Trump by Amy Moreno for TruthFeedNews.com. Meathead appeared on ABC's The View and said the dumbest comment we've ever heard about President Trump. And that's saying a lot because we've heard some really dumb stuff. The actor and radical liberal activist told the ladies of The View that President Trump is the first president who has been supported by the mainstream media. You can't even make this crap up. But wait until you hear his complicated explanation. Reiner is really living up to his nickname, Meathead.
Great to have you here, Rob.
Very nice.
Every time you're on TV, I turn off the reverse mortgage commercials to watch you.
Yeah, Tom Selleck.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people my age who are making a career out of selling reverse mortgage. I don't even know what they are, but I think they must be good.
So during the Hot Topics, I don't know if you were watching, we showed a cover of Time magazine where Trump reflects upon himself as a king. And a lot of people feel that that's an accurate description of where he's at. What do you think about it?
I think that's where he wants to be. I think he has king envy or oligarch envy. I mean, he looks at people like Putin, and I think he'd like to be that, which is Putin basically has a cut of everything that comes into that government. He has a deal. Everybody has to play with him. And I think that's what Trump would like. He'd like any business done with the United States, he would get his cut.
Are you frightened for the country like I am?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Why?
I am.
Hold up those cards.
I am, because this is the first time, forget whether or not you like Trump, you don't like Trump. This is the first time that we've had a foreign entity come in and actually affect an election and play on our playing field. That's never happened before, and we don't have a president that's willing to acknowledge that and make us safe.
A foreign entity? You mean the American people that voted for him? That we didn't want that decrepit witch in office to make a fool out of America where she's falling apart all over the place?
Cyber warfare is very scary if you understand the capacity of it. It's more than just messing with your social media and getting information out. It can be weaponized to the point of, and the Russians have done it. They did it with Ukraine and in shutting down electrical grids. We've done it in Iran with Stuxnet and destroying centrifuges. It can be done and weaponized, and I'm scared that we are not prepared for that.
I also don't think that a lot of people in this country care about it. They don't care.
Well, they don't care because they don't really understand it. It's very, very complicated. And if you're only getting your information from one place, it's very difficult to penetrate. This is the first time also in American history where we've had a president. Every president uses propaganda to sell a policy. Republicans and Democrats sell a policy, sell a rationale for going to war. But this is the first time we've had a president that's supported by mainstream media. I mean, Fox is mainstream media. And there's, between that and Breitbart and Sinclair and Alex Jones, there are 40% of the country are getting their news only there.
But there are also people getting their news from MSNBC
and
other that are left-leaning, so, just to balance it out.
That's true. That is true. But you can't penetrate that 40%. And you can win elections with 40%. You don't need to move them. I mean, I remember when Bush ran and Karl Rove said, we can win with just evangelicals. And the truth is, if you energize the right base, you can win. I mean, anytime you get into a political discussion, Hitler always comes up. But Hitler didn't have more than 25, 30% of the public when he burned down the right side. So that can be done. That's the scary part. And unless there's somebody holding him accountable and telling the truth, which is what, Shock and Awe is about journalists getting at the truth. Very hard now for journalists.
You have an incredible cast you just mentioned in the new movie Shock and Awe. Along with you, of course, you've got Woody Harrelson, James Marsden, Jessica Biel, Mila Jovovich, Tommy Lee Jones.
Yes.
It's based on the true story of a group of journalists at the newspaper company called Knight Ridder.
Right.
Not to be confused with Knight Rider, who were investigating the Bush administration's plans to go to the Iraq War.
That's right, and they got it right.
What did they find?
They found that, first of all, that there was no connection between Saddam Hussein and 9/11.
Right.
They found that aluminum tubes could not be used to enrich uranium to build an atom bomb. And they also found, the main thing was that there was no evidence of weapons of mass destruction. But those stories never made its way into the public discourse. And rightly or wrongly, the Bush administration was smart because they didn't give them any oxygen. They never responded to those stories. And most of the stories came out of the mainstream media, and they were buying the company line.
You know, just as a side note, right now, the media, the mainstream media, gives oxygen to everything Trump does and says. Is that a mistake, do you think?
No, well, he's the president of the United States. My problem was in the campaign, and that is to not look at, you're guys running for president, the press needs to do their due diligence. And I think the press let us down because I don't think they thought he could get the nomination. I don't think they thought he could win.
Right.
So they played it kind of funny. Even Huffington Post put it on the comedy page, initially.
Right.
But think about this for 1 second. You're running for president. You have defrauded tons and tons of people, taken their life savings on a fake thing called Trump University. You lose a suit.
Right.
And you have to pay $25 million that comes out of your foundation that it wasn't even your money. That was given to you by other people. So other people's money paid $25 million to settle a fraudulent lawsuit. You're done. Any other person would be done with that kind of...
Any other person would be done after the Access Hollywood tape,
Oh,
but he
Access-
wasn't. So, like, people spoke on election
they
day.
might say, okay, well, he's a cad. He's a bad guy. He treats women badly. But this is about defrauding American citizens and taking their life savings.
And he got away with it.
Yeah, and he got away with
He's
it.
kind of a cult figure, isn't he?
You know, you played Meathead.
That's right.
You're correct. On the Family. And it was a highly political show that addressed... People are really excited about Meathead.
One of the greats.
It was a show that addressed things like bigotry. It was highly political. I have to ask you, what do you think of the Roseanne canceling?
Well, it's interesting because I was asked about that before the show went on the air. And I said, you're going to have problems with Roseanne Barr because she agrees with the character she's playing. When we did All in the Family, we were making fun of Archie. It was a satire. He never got away with his bigoted comments. We'd always punch back at him, make fun of him, and that was the idea. But here you have the main character who espouses the same things in real life. So I said, she's going to be tweeting stuff, and ABC's going to have their hands full trying to contain that.
You said that publicly?
Yes, I did.
Wow.
Yes, I did.
You called it.
I did that on I think it was on Joy Reid show.
Wow.
But
we have to go, unfortunately. Do you have a podcast or something that we could listen? Because you're so...
Yeah, he's so eloquent, right? Yeah, okay. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.